I'm finally back, guys, with part three of rolling out your spring and summer crops and putting in your fall crops for the fall and winter. October was an extremely busy month, and so there's going to be a lot covered in this video. But this is just to help those who have not had a garden in the fall know what to do and what plants to plant during the fall season, because you do not have to stop growing your own food just because the cool weather is here. So we're going to cover a lot. We're going to talk about some things, as I mentioned in the last video, plant some strawberry seeds, plant some strawberry bare roots. We're going to show you something new that I have, a surprise. We also have going to show you how to transplant your seedlings into a grow bag, because I do grow in garden beds, I grow in grow bags, I grow in buckets. I have a no dig garden as well. So there's a lot, and I also grow in flower pots. So there's a lot to cover, and we're going to do that today to end this series of rolling out your summer and your spring crops and putting in your fall crops for winter harvest. Let's get going. Okay, we're going to get started with planting this broccoli, transplanting the broccoli into this grow bag. I showed you guys how I transplant my plants into my raised garden beds, and transplanting in these grow bags is no different. I start by stirring the soil up. I do reuse my soil from past crops, and I cannot remember what I had planted in this bag before. I know I've used it for several things. Anywhere from growing potatoes to growing something as small as herbs. But right now I'm going to transplant this broccoli out of this Bonnie cup. We transplanted that broccoli into the Bonnie cup a few months back, and now I'm going to put it, it's time for it to go into the grow bag. I'm stirring the soil up to loosen it up. It has been a minute with some compost. Just to keep the nutrients fresh in the soil. And I'm going to also amend it with some other things, such as earthworm castings, some bone meal, some Epsom salt for magnesium, some gypsum for calcium. The bone meal also gives it calcium for strong roots. I'm not going to put any blood meal in here right away, although broccoli plants do need a lot of nitrogen to produce and form a big broccoli head. I fertilize my crops every week with fish emulsion, so I'm not going to start out with nitrogen right away. I'm going to start out with bone meal to promote healthy roots. I transplanted some other seedlings into my other grow bags and some buckets, but I didn't record that because or show that in this video, because I figured you guys didn't want to sit and watch me do all of those seedlings. But I did transplant some cauliflower, some kohlrabi. I transplanted 2 cabbage seedlings into 2 buckets. I will show all of those at the end of the video when we do the tour of the garden, to show you the progression of the plants. But right now I just demonstrated transplanting the broccoli seedling into this red grow bag so that you can see my process. Okay, the month of October and the month of November is the perfect months to plant your garlic. From what I'm told from watching other YouTube videos, I was not successful with my garlic last year because I did not know that your garlic has to go through a cold period in order to grow the large bulbs. So I got some garlic, some organic garlic from the grocery store, and I had it sitting in the refrigerator until I was ready to use it. And as you can see, it's already starting to sprout from sitting in the refrigerator for 4 weeks. So you take the paper off the outside of the garlic, and then you pull the seeds apart. And from my understanding, you want to plant the largest cloves. I had one that was not good. It was brown, so I didn't use that one at all. If you have something like that, and you throw it away. So I plant those out into my grow bag. Remember, I had this grow bag. I had sweet potatoes in it. So the sandy soil is what these garlic seeds are going to be planted into. And I think I planted about 11 in this grow bag, if I'm not mistaken. It was either 11 or 13. This is a 10-gallon grow bag, and it can hold about 11 to 13 garlic cloves. And so I took the largest ones, and I planted it in this grow bag. I'm amending this grow bag with some compost. Just to kind of give this soil some nutrients back from being taken from those sweet potatoes. Just in case the nutrients were taken out, it could very well still be fertile and have enough nutrients, but I'm just adding some compost just in case. But you want your garlic to be in the ground for 6 to 8 months, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I learned, that they have to be in the ground during the cold period, overwintered, and be in the ground for 6 to 8 months. So this is my October garlic. I used both of those garlic cloves that you saw in the beginning from the store, and they are a soft neck garlic. There's 2 different types of garlic. From my understanding, there's hard neck and there's soft neck. And because I live in the South, I've learned that the soft neck garlic would grow best for me. The hard neck garlic I could very well use that too, but most of the time it's used up north. So if you live in the South like I do, and you go to the grocery store and you purchase garlic, majority of the time is if you move that top of the bulb of the garlic, it's going to be soft and bendable. That means it's a soft neck, from what I learned. This is all new to me, but I'm hoping to have lots of garlic by June, if my calculation is correct. Like I said, this is my first planting in October, and I'm going to do another planting of garlic cloves in November, mid-November, and I will show that at the end of the video when I show you guys the tour. When I give you guys a tour of the garden and how things are looking, you will see my other grow bag with some garlic in it to be harvested hopefully in July. now that I have the garlic watered in heavy, I'm adding a lot of straw on top of the garlic to keep it warm throughout the season. It looks like a lot, but it's really not. You'll see later that the garlic still was able to push through this amount of straw and grow out of the bag. I will go back and add some more straw once in December to keep the roots as warm as possible. Even though it has to go through a cold period, I still want to make sure that I put enough straw down to keep the roots warm. The garlic cloves that I took from the other bulb that I told you I had two. So here is the largest garlic cloves that I got from the other one. October is the perfect month for you to start thinking about what you're going to be planting in January and February for spring. So here's how I take my seeds from some of the bell peppers that I grew out of the top of the pepper. And I just let them dry out on a paper towel for about a week or two. And then I put them in envelopes to use to plant in January. Another way to get seeds from the fruits and that you buy from the store. Whenever we get a good batch of strawberries from the grocery store, I take the time to peel some of those, the skin off of those strawberries. Now, I don't know the variety of the strawberries, so that's the downfall. I don't know if it's everbearing, June bearing, day neutral. I don't know what type of strawberry it is when you get them from the grocery store because they don't tell you. However, if we like the taste of the strawberries, I will peel some of the skin off with the seeds attached and lay the skin on the paper towel for about 2 weeks. And sometimes I'll even lay it on the paper towel and put the paper towel on my warming mat to speed up the process. But once the skin has completely dried, then I just take my finger and I rub the seeds off of the strawberry peeling, and I take the paper towel, kind of crease it a little bit, and then dump the seeds in my envelope. I have to say that this is my second time trying this method. I learned this method from another YouTuber, and I tried it before. The seeds did not germinate, so I'm hoping this time that the seeds germinate. I'm going to take these seeds and put some of them in my envelope, and then I'm going to put some of them in my seed tray that you see beside my hand to see if they germinate. From my understanding, you just lay the seeds. You don't want to bury these seeds. They're very small. You lay them on top of the soil, kind of press them in a little bit, and water them and wait until they germinate. The strawberry seeds, from my understanding, can take 2 to 3 weeks to germinate. So it's kind of one of those things where you have to be patient. now that we have our strawberry seeds planted, I'm going to plant some red onion seeds and some butter crunch lettuce seeds. I am going to do 2 sessions of butter crunch lettuce. I will plant my second session of butter crunch lettuce 2 weeks from now. So by the time I plant the second session of butter crunch lettuce, I should have my first session of butter crunch lettuce transplanted into small pots. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks, and as you can see, the first round of butter crunch lettuce has germinated, and the red onions have germinated. The strawberry seeds still haven't done anything. I'm going to give it another week to see if they germinate. My Roma tomato plants are still in the ground because they still have a lot of Roma tomatoes on the plants that have not ripened yet. I actually started these Roma tomato plants from a Roma tomato that I got from the grocery store. I cut the slices up and I just put the slice in the ground, and the seeds germinated, and I grew tomato plants. And believe it or not, I actually got a lot of Roma tomatoes off of these plants. They just hadn't ripened because I planted them, taking a chance, I planted them in July. So I guess it was a little too late in the season to be planting tomato seeds. But I did, like I said, get some tomatoes on these plants, and I'm going to take them inside to ripen in a box. I read somewhere online that if you take the tomatoes that hadn't ripened on the plant and you put them in a box with a banana and close the box up and put it in a dark space for about 2 to 3 days, then your tomatoes will ripen a lot faster than if you just put them on the counter. So I'm going to give that a try to see if it works for me. But I got like 4 Roma plants that were still planted, so I'm taking them out today because we are expecting a frost like within the next week or so. While learning more about bare root strawberries, I've learned that it's best to get the bare roots into your garden in like October and allow them to overwinter, go into dormancy, so that you can have a stronger plants in the springtime and have a lot of strawberries, because the roots had an opportunity to mature. So I ordered some Sweet Charlie June bearing strawberry bare roots from Amazon. I got 10 for about I think it was 10 for $11, if I'm not mistaken. They had a sale going on, but they ended up sending me 12. So I planted all of them. When they came, they were a little muddy, so I rinsed them off. I saw somewhere online that you needed to rinse them off. So I rinsed them off. Then I planted them in my no-dig garden bed that we created just for strawberries. After I got them all in, I covered them with straw because they're strawberries. So I mulched them with straw so that when they do grow strawberries in the spring, the strawberries can rest on the straw. In the beginning of the video, I told you guys I had a surprise. Well, my daughter surprised me with a hoop tunnel greenhouse. I was super excited, y'all. What a thoughtful gift. It wasn't my birthday. It's not Christmas. It's not anything. She just wanted to support me in growing my own food, which helps the family. So here's my husband and my son putting the hoop tunnel greenhouse together so that now I have somewhere to harden off my ceilings. I also have somewhere to put those crops who are not that are not frost tolerant inside, if they're in the bags or if they're in the buckets or in the pots. I have somewhere now I can put them in to protect them from the frost. And here it is. Look at it. Isn't it nice? I love it. I love it, guys. I'm super excited. And here's a little tour. I moved some things on the inside because we were expecting the frost. Although these crops are frost tolerant, we was expecting to get down into the low 20s. So I moved some things in just to be on the safe side. And look, y'all, this bell pepper plant was still putting out a whole bunch of peppers. So I did not want to overwinter it right away. So what I did is I took it out of my Mother's Day bed and I put it in a grow bag and put it inside my hoop tunnel greenhouse. Look at my strawberries, and those are my leeks and my Walla Walla onions that I'm growing right now. Got some parsley and some dill, some cilantro, and all of this stuff was, this hoop tunnel greenhouse was just in time. I also have a bench back there, so when I want to come and sit down and just relax and enjoy my plants in my garden, I have somewhere to go. It won't always stay this way, but this is how it is right now. Those are the cabbages I was telling you about that I put in buckets. Look at me, sitting on my bench, talking on the phone, enjoying my hoop tunnel greenhouse. Thank you, Tiana. Later, I had to overwinter my pepper plant. It was time for her to go inside. If you have not seen my video on how I overwinter my pepper plants, please check that out so that you can see the process. So let's take a look at the strawberry patch. I ordered, as I told you earlier, I ordered 10 sweet Charlie bear roots, and so far, it's been about 2 weeks, and so far I've had all 10 bloom. Everything's looking good. I don't know if you guys can see the green leaves coming up. Kind of warm here today. Um, they survived the first frost, and all of them are pretty much. This one's a little coming up a little slow, but we do see some green. I was worried about that one. The rest of them looking good. Got about 2 to 3 leaves on average. Then we come over here. My cabbage plant is doing good. This beet plant is like, both of these were planted from seed. My little marigold was planted from seed. Everything in here, but we had like a little gnat problem, so I put some cinnamon here because I read online. See the gnats? It's like a whole lot of them. I'm worried about the roots and them laying larvae, because I heard they would eat on the root of your plant and could kill the plant. I put cinnamon in here. It doesn't seem to be working. And every time I try to allow the soil to dry out and not water it, it rains. So I'm not really sure what else to do. Over here we have our black brandywine tomato plant, which is still surviving and thriving. It actually has flowers on it, which I can't believe because we've had temperatures um, down in the low 30s at night, and it's still producing. Like, the crazy thing is, we didn't get anything from this plant when it was warm, and we did plant it kind of late. We got it from our local nursery, but my husband wanted to see, a different color tomato, so it was supposed to be like a black purplish color, and it's still living. I can't believe it. Got a bunch of onions doing well. We done harvested from this several times, so it's kind of chopped down. Carrots looking good, but I haven't seen any carrot tops. I'm not sure if it's because our backyard is shaded that. Oh, I see a little something in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Uh, right there, a little something coming. But I planted some of these seeds in July, and then I did another um session in August. So the first one was, I can't even remember. Oh, no, the first one was August 17th. Sorry, and then I did some more um in September. That's what it was, not July. Sorry. So that may explain, because I don't know why I had July in my mind. So I thought maybe I wasn't gonna get anything because I thought I planted some seeds in July, but it was August, and I see a little something there too. Ooh, I planted some carrots. I'm so excited. Oh, there's a little something there, a little baby one. So we do got some carrots. I'm so excited. Look at my zinnia, y'all. Can y'all believe this zinnia is producing flowers. As cold as it's been, I can't believe it. And there's another flower coming, and you see that black dot, those two black dots. That's more flowers coming. The onion, I've harvested some of the green onions. My husband and my son, they love sour cream and onions. So we take the green onions and we mix it in some sour cream when we're having homemade fries or burgers, and they put the sour cream and onion on their burgers and their fries. It's so good, y'all. I tried it from the with the green chives from the grocery store, and it's no comparison. I mean, you cannot taste the onion and the sour cream that much. It's not as strong. So it's definitely rewarding to be able to go to your backyard and harvest some of your um, green onions or bunch of onions and chop them up and put them in your sour cream. Now over here in a smaller bed, if you guys remember from the peanut harvest video, this is the bed that the peanuts were in, and it's right beside the arch trellis. We have some cauliflower that's doing really well, and I planted these plants before I decided to do the square foot gardening method. So my thread is a little off to the plant because I put these plants in before measuring out the 12 inches and putting the wood screws and the twine in to make perfect squares. And I did that because I plan to put some okra, being that this bed is in direct sun, put some okra in here for the spring. But right here we have some early purple broccoli planted. And this stuff I do succession planting. So these are a lot smaller than the rest of my plants. And this over here I got like one, two, three, four collards over here. But like I was saying, I don't put all of my seedlings out at the same time because I like to harvest things as I need it instead of getting a whole bunch at once. Now in the spring, I will be harvesting a lot at once so that I can stock up my freezer. That's my goal for next year. But right now, because I'm just starting a lot of these plants, I'm doing succession planting. But here's a broccoli that's put out. And if you remember, I had in the part two, I had some cups um, in this spot right here and this spot over here, and I just had the cups in there. And I told you I didn't want to put them out because it was full sun. But they're doing really well. This is where they're at now. This is the cabbage, another broccoli. This is collards, doing really, really good. Everything's doing so good. Look at this broccoli. I don't have a head yet, but it's super tall. I think this is a cauliflower right here, and got another collards behind it. Kale, the kale's looking good. I like that purple vine. This is scarlet kale, so some of it will be purple and some of it will be green. Over here we have beets. Beets, that's a succession plant. Some spinach that's coming up really nicely, and some lettuce in between. More spinach on the edge. So I got a row of spinach, a row of lettuce, and then a row of spinach because I wanted that to be really full. So when I come out for my salads, I can just pick right from the same square. I'm gonna come around to the front of this bed. This bed is kind of big, so I come around to the front. And here is some early purple broccoli in the front, and we got some more scarlet kale that's coming up nicely. I just love, isn't that pretty how that the purple veins is in that kale. And we have some this is red salad bowl lettuce. And beside it I succession planted some beets because my beets that I planted in the beginning, I planted 9 in this square right here, and only one made it from pests eating the leaves up to the temperature, just all different things. And here's another. This is my first. You can tell by the size. This is my first round of beets, and then this is my second one. But you can tell by the stages and the size. And then this is my third session of beets. That's a cabbage. I got more of the third session right here. They germinated. My marigold and all this stuff is planted from seed. Broccoli, and this is some early purple broccoli. It's being shaded by this big broccoli, so it's not as tall. And then I got 3 different types of lettuce here. We've been harvesting off of this, the black seeded lettuce, black seeded Simpson lettuce right here. And this is the red salad bowl lettuce. And then this one is the igloo lettuce. And this is cut and come again. I planted some not karabi, some bok choy seeds in this, but they never germinated. So I have some in the house. This is growing. They've germinated, and I'm gonna put some of them right there, about 4 of them in that space right there. That's my broccoli looking good, and then some collards and some bunch of onions that are looking good. And then our Mother's Day bed, this is more bok choy that didn't germinate. So the seeds that I have in the house, I'm gonna put 4 in this square. I have nothing here. I may put some butter crunch lettuce here because I have some that's germinated in the house and that's growing. And this is some more scarlet kale. This is planted late, so you see how purple? Isn't it pretty? It's purple. I mean, it's small because it was planted late. There's some more kale, the broccoli. This is a head of lettuce. I cannot remember. I have to look to see what type of lettuce this is, but I know it's a head of lettuce. That's why it's only one in that square. And we got some rosemary that's doing good. Scarlet kale, more marigolds planted from seed. I did have marigolds over here, but the frost killed them. Even though this bed was covered, I put frost cover over this bed, all my beds actually, but it died. Broccoli, you got some calendula and some thyme, my karabi. This is broccoli that's growing up tall here. Look around this side so you can see. This is 8 karabi. And this is the white karabi. You got like 4 in each square. You got 4 here and then 4 more there. We have some cilantro that's doing really good and some more scarlet kale. This is that chicory polarasa that I couldn't pronounce the last time. I think it's chicory polarasa. Put it in the comment section if I'm saying it wrong. And y'all forgive me, but y'all know what I mean. It's like a red head lettuce. There's 3 of them growing in that space. And this is just the back side. Moving over here to this bed where we had harvested the potatoes together. In the place of the potatoes, I put some 3 scarlet kales. Here we got some parsley that's coming up there. This is I see you got some pest damage here. I didn't know that happened. I'll pull that off. But this is the early purple broccoli. And this one is a cabbage, and that's more early purple broccoli there. Cabbage looking good. Can't wait to eat that. And we got this broccoli, which is growing tall. Broccoli are looking good. I don't have any heads yet. And this is the garlic. The garlic is coming up looking nicely. I think I'm going to add some more mulch around this broccoli to protect it when it gets cold in December. But it's looking really good. That is some more kale. I'm sorry, early purple broccoli. This is all collards. Now I'm going to be harvesting a lot of these leaves, collard leaves today for Thanksgiving because I'm preparing for Thanksgiving. But and they are ready. They're big. So I'm going to cut just the outside leaves because as you can see, we got some more growing up in the middle. I'm going to cut the outside leaves, take them in, and hopefully we'll get some more soon. This is another one that's not as old as this one, but it still can be harvested because we got the new growth in the middle. And then that one is even younger than the one in the middle, if you remember. And over here, we have our sugar peas that are growing up nicely. All of them have germinated. They're coming up. Oh, y'all, look at this. Can y'all believe? Okay, so y'all remember we harvested together the potatoes from this bed. And I found a potato when I was putting this collard in right here, the youngest one. But look at this. Look at this potato plant. There was a potato still down under there somewhere that we did not get out. And look how healthy it is. Now, this stalk from this potato, it's got to be a rosette because my rosette potatoes was over here. It's so thick. Remember, with this bed, we didn't do well with the potatoes because it was a shaded. I felt like it didn't do well because the this garden bed is so shaded. So how in the world do we have a plant this healthy next to this calendula that's doing well, by the way, like that? That is so crazy. And I'm gonna let it stay there. You know why? Because I like the way potato plants look. And there's some more sugar peas down there that's trying to hook on. So this one, I guess one didn't germinate because I don't know why I would leave a space right there. So I gotta put one there. Yeah, so that's that bed. Moving over here to our grow bags. This is the transplant. So it just started raining, guys, so I gotta hurry up. But this is the bed that we transplanted in the beginning of the video, the broccoli. I mean, not the bed, the bag, the grow bag, the broccoli. Look how big it is. It's doing so good. It's really tall. And this is kohlrabi. We got like 3 in here. This one's a little bigger than this, so I rotated the bag so that it can get more sun all the way around. This is cauliflower, which is doing good. I believe it's cauliflower. This, on the leaves, that is the cinnamon. Remember I told you I sprinkled cinnamon because of the fungus gnats. So I just went around, and because it was fungus gnats in that other cabbage, I just put it on all of my containers. So this is cabbage. That's another cabbage. This is some garlic that I planted out, my first round of garlic. My second round of garlic is at the grow bag on the end. I hadn't showed that, but in another video you can see me planting the garlic. The garlic in this grow bag over here was planted the same time that the garlic over in the bed by the shed was planted. This is some more collards. This one is 2 in here. I turned the grow bag around because this one wasn't getting that much sun, so it's smaller. So I turned it around so that it could start getting some sun. And as you can see, I already cut some off on the outside because it had broke. It's cinnamon on all the leaves and stuff because of the fungus gnats, but strawberries still doing well. It is cinnamon on that because it was fungus gnats on top of that too. So that's pretty much the garden. Like I said before, I can't believe that my zinnia is growing and doing as good as it's doing with it being so cold. That on it is cinnamon. There's nothing wrong with the leaves. That's just cinnamon. It's really healthy. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the garden tour. Everything's looking great, doing well, and most. Okay, sorry, my camera went out, so I had to go get charged and some backup. All right, so as I was saying, everything out here is pretty much planted from seed, except for that Brandywine tomato plant that we have over here, and these strawberries right here weren't planted from seed, and the bare roots over there weren't planted from seed. Okay, so the strawberry plants that were in the pots were purchased from Lowe's or Home Depot. I can't remember, one of the big box stores. And the bare root plants were ordered from Amazon. The Sweet Charlie strawberries, those are Juneberry strawberries. So hopefully we'll get a whole bunch of strawberries in the spring. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this garden tour. And sorry it took me so long to get part 3 out. If you're craving for learning how to turn your spring summer garden over to a fall garden has been met, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Say hi. I really appreciate you guys coming in and checking me out on my new channel. It's been a struggle trying to get it going, but I think I'm getting better with time. Again, just thank you guys for tuning in to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Happy holidays.